Excellent job. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Really quickly, before our next sponsor, looks like there's still plenty of food, beverage, so please help yourselves. And also want to remind you, we know that in our information age, stories travel fast, right? Bad news happens. Word gets out quickly. We want you to share good news. Let's spread some good news today. Make sure that you tag the partnership, use those hashtags DSMUSA and 2018 Inclusion Forum. Share what you're learning, what you're experiencing, and see, all I had to do was ask people to get more food, and they're doing it. That's awesome. We want you to take advantage of that. So, everybody having a good time so far? Learning lots? Awesome. So now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dirk Pollitt, who's the Vice President of Agribusiness Sales at Nationwide. So Dirk, if you would come on up to the stage and share with the group. Let's welcome Dirk.
All right, good morning, everybody. Am I on? Yes? All right. Well, thank you again, Christopher, and thank you to everybody here who is in attendance. It is our pleasure again, my pleasure on behalf of Nationwide, to be here for this event again this year in 2018. It gives Nationwide the chance to support an effort that really aligns with who we feel we are. And selfishly, it'll give me an opportunity to recognize some of our folks here in attendance today who do a really, really great job of trying to lead the effort around diversity and inclusion at Nationwide. So I've got a couple of minutes, so I want to share just a couple of things that we're doing, some of which are taking place this week, coincidentally, back at our campus, and again, try to recognize some of our folks in attendance. So with that, probably appropriate that I start by saying at Nationwide, we really feel like the effort around diversity and inclusion is a part of our DNA. It's a part of who we are and what we do. We understand the value of leveraging the collective strength of our differences. And I'm proud to say I work for an organization where everyone does truly matter. We focus on diversity and inclusion because it's good business, but I will tell you our true commitment to D&I is because it's just the right thing to do, and that's who we represent as an organization. So just down the road, a couple of blocks at our campus, we have associate resource groups as well. So we have 19 ARGs, so groups like the All Women ARG, the Military ARG, the Gen Y ARG, and these groups of employees get access to mentoring and networking opportunities. They have the opportunity to teach each other about the unique needs of their individual groups and really help us promote a diverse environment throughout our entire organization. We also take advantage and participate in local community events like the Greater Des Moines Partnership Multicultural Roundtables. It gives our associates the opportunity to spread their wings and support diversity outside of our internal organization. And then finally, as I mentioned just this week, our Diversity and Inclusion Council is supporting something that they're calling Cultural Celebration Week. So I wanted to go over just a couple of things that are taking place this week back at Nationwide. So earlier in the week, we sponsored a coffee talk called Breaking the Boundaries of Race, a session that hosted a panel of internal and external speakers with a focus on understanding race, the racial climate in our community, and how we as individuals and a company can be stewards of diversity and inclusion. We had a cultural tour. This tour brought together ARGs, special interest groups, and other individuals to highlight the variety of cultures that are present on our campus and how we all fit together. And then just yesterday, I had the opportunity to sit through a branding workshop, which was an interactive event designed to understand our backgrounds and experiences and how they've shaped us and our personal and professional values and our brand, our personal brand, and associates had the opportunity to focus on skills to build that brand. So none of this is possible without the really ground effort of our associates. We have some of the folks from our Diversity and Inclusion Council that are represented in the room today. So I would ask you as I leave stage, don't applaud for my 3 minutes of words, but rather help me recognize those folks in attendance: Bridget Cravens-Neely, Lisa Coate, Lisa Engel, Anthony Carlino, Dina DePaul, and Ricky Day. Thank you very much.
I'm really excited for this next session and thrilled to welcome to the stage my friends and fellow council members Claudia Schabel and Daniel Hoffman-Zinnel. Please join me in welcoming them.
Thank you, Christopher, and good morning to all. What a great day in a great room to have so many champions to engage in the conversation that can really change our community. And kudos to Principal Financial Group. Hearing from Jen and Brandy just made me really happy. I am here today to take just a few minutes of your time to introduce you to a toolkit that our council members have put together to help you take action and continue your efforts. Before I go into the details of the toolkit, I'd like to recognize the committee members that have helped Daniel and I. Could you please stand? I know Heather, I'm looking right at you. Lindsay. Who else? Did I miss anyone? Greg, please stand. These are the individuals that spent some time not only finding resources for the toolkit, but really refining what we wanted to share with you today. So let me give you a short overview and why we're really talking about the toolkit today. So we know that unemployment rate here in Iowa is 2.5%, and in overall country 3.7%, which has been the lowest since 2000. Although having a low unemployment rate sounds great, we recognize that there are groups of people in our community that are not experiencing that low unemployment rate. We understand that there are groups in our community that actually on the flip side, they are not being able to find employment. And there are many factors and reasons for that. So today we really wanted to talk about how can you help your organization make the business case that some of these individuals are just as talented and could have a chance to work with you. And if there is any incentive to look at untapped talent, I will tell you that according to studies, by 2030, there is a projection that we could have a 85.2 million workers shortage in the workplace, which could amount to $85 trillion in unrealized revenue for all the companies in the US. That's huge. So we're leaving money on the table if we're not utilizing our talent. So all of the tables have a copy of the toolkit. This toolkit will be living online at the Great Des Moines Partnership. It will continue to evolve. We wanted to start by highlighting that we wanted to help you articulate the business case, and we wanted also to help you define untapped talent. We're really talking about individuals in the community that is returning citizens or ex-offenders. We're talking about Black or African Americans, people living with disabilities or people with different abilities, LGBTQ, and especially transgender and non-binary individuals. It's very important that we also acknowledge that that community needs to be engaged and included. In veterans, and then last but not least, foreign-born individuals. I understand that maybe you're sitting in your seat right now and you're thinking, oh, you're forgetting to include someone. If that's the case, please do let us know. Sanjita Padran, who has been our champion, will be happy to make that connection. So now, what I like to do is to call Daniel to the stage, and Daniel will help you understand a little bit more about what employers are doing. Do I see a question in the back of the room? We'll make sure you do. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Hoffman-Zinnel. I'm the executive director. Oh, are you clapping? Let's clap for Claudia. I'm Daniel Hoffman-Zinnel, he, him, his pronouns. I'm the executive director of One Iowa. We are a statewide nonprofit organization working to create safe and welcoming environments for LGBTQ Iowans in the workplace, in healthcare environments, and in the broader community. And I'm proud to work with Claudia and the Untapped Talent Committee to put this toolkit together, but I have the privilege of introducing 3 great local businesses who are applying some of these things currently in the workplace. But before I do that, I wanted to share a really quick story. So this year, the Untapped Talent Committee decided to add an additional focus, a couple of additional focuses this year that we were really wanting to dive deeper in. And one of those specifically was the transgender and non-binary community. One of the things that we did this past summer in partnership with One Iowa is host the first ever LGBTQ career fair. That was the first time we'd ever done something like this in Iowa. We had an amazing turnout, and kudos to many of you who are businesses in the room today who came to that event and showed up to show your support and really connect with the LGBTQ community. I wanted to share one response from a transgender individual who attended that day and just wanted to share this. So when I say One Iowa, think of yourselves who are there as well. I wanted to thank you for the awesome time I had at the career fair. I was able to meet and talk with most of the companies that participated. I was treated with respect and felt very welcome. I'm so proud to be associated with One Iowa and be part of your efforts. It's hard to describe how much this means to me and how this event made me feel included in the public domain. I felt validated as a human being and accepted as someone with life experiences that has value in the marketplace. I could go on, but let me say this. All of you are amazing people. Thank you. So that's just one story of a success, and I think it's important for us to share those bright spots in a time of what's happening in our community this week and continue to elevate those as much as we can.